Good morning, everybody. Chad from Colorado Giants here today to, yes, give you an update on what we got going on here in the backyard. So August is almost over, and really this is the last. August is kind of like the last month where you expect to get good growth out of your pumpkins. So yeah, we're winding down, especially right now. We've had our weather the last few weeks has been, just unseasonably early fall. Currently, right now, it's probably in the mid 60s. We're getting into the 50s at night, which is just not conducive for growing giant pumpkins. So I was gone last week. No update, obviously. Emily was holding down the fort. But we got some things to apprise you of. One is, unfortunately, this pumpkin, yes, it is on its way out. It is a big time bummer. It was a beautiful pumpkin. I was hoping that it was going to make it till fall, so I could just use it as a porch pumpkin, but that is not the case. We were trying to curtail the rodents, but when we picked them all up, but she had put out a bunch of traps, and whatever the heck is in here was eating all of the peanut butter off of the trap, and then ripping the little lever, the little plastic piece of cheese off of the trap, and then just eating every bit off of it. So we got some of these here traps, which have not yielded any captures, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see, whatever. So this plant on my agenda today is basically take this plant out. You can see I already bushwhacked a section of the bushel gourd out of here. Man, those things really can get out of hand if you don't tend to them. I do have some bushel gourds growing. Speaking of, there's a little guy right here. I'll probably snip him off. I only want like one. I mean, ideally you only want one growing, but I really like the bushel gourd, so I think I'm going to grow two and maybe just have one as a decoration. So I got one growing up on its bottom end, real nice. And then this one right here is filling in real nice. I have been rotating it down, or more so on its butt. So I would say these ones are maybe, I don't know, I haven't measured them. I don't really plan on it, but if I had to guess, I'd say 30-40 pounds, somewhere around there. So I am happy with how those are looking. I'll take you over here in a little while and show you the other pumpkins. I do think this plant has yellow vine disease. So like I said, I am going to snip a lot of this back. I do have a little pumpkin, you don't know if you can see it over there. I just kind of trying to grow that on its stem, or rather on its blossom end. So this part of the plant looks pretty good, so I'm going to try something. I'll snip off this area right here, which I think has yellow vine disease, and see if I can curtail it. All of that back there, I don't think that's yellow vine. I think that's just old plant, and the plant being directly in front of the fan, so it's been blowed on all year long, or all summer long. And then I do have a tree growing in the middle of this one, which is a sucker from that tree right there, which that tree is going to have to grow, because like I told you in the beginning of the season, lots of roots are coming over into the patch, and it's time. But shoot, man, like look at this bushel gourd plant. So there's the bushel gourd, the stumps, but yay there. And then it's got vines almost the whole way across the pumpkin patch. So that bushel gourd plant is from side to side, I would say 30 feet. So those plants can get out of hand quick if you don't keep an eye on them. So I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna choppy probably from like here back, take all this out. I've rolled up the side of the screen house so I can start chucking some plant out, but it's time to get to it. We'll come back later. Whew. All right, so we got the back half of the 1984 Barren plant taken out. There was a whole lot of gourd over here, so I chopped off all the gourd. I wanted to show you the roots, but I didn't. I took everything out to the compost pile, But I'm really happy with my with the rooting that I got. Like you can see over there, when you bury your vines, you know, you get some really nice rooting. So I was quite happy with that. We're gonna chop this pumpkin in probably quarters, because I think it was about, I forget if it was 120 or 220. We'll go with 220 because it sounds better. Probably 120. And get this out of here. And then I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar there's a mouse or some sort of varmint living underneath this one. But let's just take a gander at this pumpkin and see what it looks like on the inside. Like I said, this was the cross that I was pretty excited about. So this is the 1984 cross with the 1911, and I guess some of the 1984s are not as pretty as this one. So it would have been cool if we could carry on the orange side of the family tree with this 1984, and then cross it with that 1911 over there that's pretty orange itself. So we'll see if we get any seeds out of this. If I could just get it in, there we go. Should have got the chainsaw. Would have made for better entertainment. Bottom of it's real thick. Alright, gotta cut down more. Maybe give it the kick. There we go. And I see a few seeds. So this was looking to be a real nice looking pumpkin. Really thick on the front half. Great wall thickness throughout. Blossom for a blossom was pretty thick, and the bottom was real nice looking. What a bummer. But there's some seeds in here. So that's pretty cool. Doesn't look to be too many seeds, but there are some. Yeah, so there's some seeds in here. Kind of, that one's a little weird looking, but yeah, sweet. So I was able to get some seeds out of this, or rather the pumpkin was able to make some, and I will harvest them. So I will take the seeds out of here. If you guys want seeds from this is the 1984 crossed with the 1911. It's over there. Shoot me a message. I'll get these drying, and they'll be ready. I don't know. They'll be ready when they're ready, really. So just send me a message if you want some. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this up. I'll take some more video over there today. I'll update you on the 1911 as well as the two fairly large pumpkins that are hiding in there. Oh, and if I didn't tell you, we had a windstorm about 10 days ago, and that happened. It's no Pete Casper's type of failure, but oops. So there's that. Okay, just so it's on video, let's lift this up. Do we have mice? We have centipedes, we have worms, we have roots. Definitely was a mouse house. You can see it right there, a mouse nest. In fact, is anybody home? Just some centipedes. Oh, there's definitely a mouse house underneath the pumpkin. That is fairly, it was used recently because there's some green leaves in there. But lots of roots and worms underneath the board, so that's good. And I did find, look at this clump of roots right there. It's nice. I did find something. It's kind of gross, so if you're easily grossed out, look away. I did catch some type of mouse situation here. It's definitely a mouse. It's not a rat because it's small, but if I had to guess, being the industry that I'm in, it looks like that the mouse got trapped, and then like a snake perhaps tried to eat the mouse, because then there's another mouse attached to it down there, and that's very strange and peculiar. So if I had to guess, that's what I'm going to say happened there. And yeah, so this plant, or this section of the plant, hopefully this one keeps going. I'll show you real fast. Made myself a walking path over here so you can see the pumpkin that I'm growing just for funsies back here. Let's go take a better look. So, trying to grow it kind of on its butt. And if this plant really did have yellow vine, I would think that this would not be growing. It's definitely still growing. I'd say it's probably 40-50 pounds or so. Looks like I got another one in there, so maybe we'll get some porch pumpkins out of what's left of this plant, because what's left still looks good. Still very impressed with this plant. All of this is just old. It's been right in front of the fan all season long, so these leaves are understandably crunchy. There's the stump. Some mushrooms. The tree that's growing in the middle. But yeah, old leaves. I should cut them off, but whatever. At this point, it's, you know, I'm not going to grow a record, or I'm not going to grow anything really else other than just pumpkins for funsies. That's it for this segment. Okay, and we are back. It's been pretty much all afternoon. I've been doing some stuff. I had to run to Costco with the family and all that fun stuff. Cleaned up the shed, so we're gonna wrap this up. This is the 1211 Alts, the one that was supposed to be orange and beautiful. It is starting. Oh geez, that scared me. Sprinklers just turned on. It is starting to turn orange. And I just kind of kicked the leaves out from around it to encourage that. So you can see I just kind of kicked them out, because the more sun you get, the oranger the pumpkins usually are. So, you know, that one I just taped it is 180 pounds or so. So, you know, basically nothing. And then this guy, you know, I didn't even show this one off for quite a while. It was just lurking back here. And this one I did tape. This one was like 300 pounds. So that's pretty cool. Then we'll go to the 1911. As I'm getting watered myself, which is nice and refreshing. This one is taping, shoot, I just did it. I think 600 and 600 and it was either 650 or 680, one of the two. And assuming that I'm measuring roughly in the same spot, I should tape it on there. That's what I should do. But it still did 18 pounds between yesterday and today. Again, if my taping was correct. But this guy's starting to get real cantaloupe-y and kind of get that big pumpkin look. You know, thump's okay. You know, according to, you know, whatever that means. There's a little pumpkin growing down there. So yeah, I you know, whatever. I was just about to say that I am a little disappointed in the pumpkins this year, which, you know, that, if I'm being honest, that's true. I thought I was going to do better this year, but you know, such is life. And then here's that one that I was trying to show you earlier. So that one's probably 50-60 pounds. That's just growing off of whatever's left on the plant back there. And I found a rabbit. There was a rabbit in my pumpkin patch. So I don't know if I'm going to deal with that via my my live trap, put that back out there, or a BB gun or something. And Maxwell New is growing an average of how many pounds per day?
45.
45 pounds per day?
About.
Something like that. He's 20-something pounds now. Has discovered the doggy door. Can come outside and check on things. And then the gourds are doing pretty good. If I was really, really serious about it, I'd cut off There's this kind of gourd that's snaking through the trellis, and one right there, and then one on the front side. But I'm leaving this one grow, which if I had to say, I would say that's probably what, 6 foot tall? 5 or 6 foot there. So the record on these, I looked it up today, is 117 inches. That's where we gotta be to beat Joe. Yeah, I don't know what's math. Yeah, so 10 foot. So if we get to the bottom, well, I mean, shoot, I would say this is about 10 feet from that one. So there, yeah, our goal is about here. So we got here to go. So another 1.5 foot, 2 foot. We got a contender. Keeps on going. And then there's another one up there, right there. Focus on that. So that's the one that I pollinated myself. Everything else is an open pollination. So hopefully that one will rock and roll. And then and then other than that, I think that's about it. Show off the shed, since I'm happy that it's finally clean. So shed is clean. Fertilizers, all these fertilizers got to get rid of, all my pesticides, fungicides, and random whatnotteries, bee stuff. So that's it. That is your update. We are going to be in, so today is Tuesday. Sunday we're going to Cape Cod. We're going to be gone for 1 whole week. So cross our fingers and hopefully everything survives for the week that we're gone. With any luck, maybe we'll get to see some giant pumpkins out that direction. Maybe we'll go see if we'll send Ron a message. Maybe we can go see Ron Walls or some of the other notables out yonder way. If you're watching this message and you live in the Cape Cod vicinity or within an hour-ish, we'll say a 2-hour perimeter of Cape Cod. Send me a message, let me know, or shoot me an email or call me. And if you would let us come invade your space for a little while and see what a real giant pumpkin looks like. So, like, share, subscribe, questions, comments, queries, concerns, let us know. Get out there, maybe grow a long gourd. We're doing better with those this year. Have a good one.